Hey guys, so in today's video we are going to do a bank reconciliation statement. Please make sure that you watch all this video so that you will understand step by step how you can prepare a bank reconciliation in a different question. Also, please make sure that you subscribe, like this video so that you will watch more and more and more videos. Let's start with our lesson. In today's video guys, we are going to focus on the bank reconciliation statement. Okay, so the statement that we are going to do today is required, which on the first one we are going to be required to prepare a bank balance as per ledger account. Remember, sometimes you will find that a bank reconciliation require you to prepare cash receipts journal first and cash payment journal first. After that, then you transfer all those totals into your bank account. So please guys, take note of this. Bank reconciliation have many ways that they can require you to prepare all those different required. So please make sure that you are very familiar with all different kind of bank reconciliation statement question. Okay, so this is part one that we are going to do today, which more and more videos are going to be uploaded. Please make sure that you stay tuned so that you will be familiar with all those kind of questions that you can face when you prepare your bank reconciliation statement. Okay, let's start with our lesson. So this is the question that we have. Number one, we are going to be required to prepare a general ledger account for Mimosa General Dealers as 31 July 2021. Okay, remember bank reconciliation guys, we prepare it monthly, not yearly, the way we do when we prepare income statement and balance sheet. Okay, question 2.2, prepare bank reconciliation statement as 31 July 2021 for Mimosa General Dealers. Okay, so on number 2 guys, we are going to prepare bank reconciliation statement. So there is a different way that they can test you to prepare a bank reconciliation statement. Let me show you on our answer book. Okay, let me open our answer book so that you will see the kind of bank reconciliation that we are going to do today. Okay, the first one, we are going to be preparing a bank account, which on the debit side, you know that is what we call it is cash receipt journal, and on the credit side is cash payment journals. Okay, apology about that. Then number 2 is 1.2, a bank reconciliation statement. Guys, remember, sometimes you will find that your bank reconciliation statement have only one column, and sometimes you will find that the bank reconciliation statement have 2 columns. Please make sure that you know both of them, because you never know which one is coming on your exam. Okay, so today we are going to focus on only one column to prepare bank reconciliation statement, because I know that this one is more challenging to other students. As we know guys, that bank account and bank reconciliation swap aside. What was debited on the bank account, we credit when we go to bank reconciliation statement. What was credited on the bank account, we debit when we go to bank reconciliation statement. Okay, then let's go to our question so that we can start answering this simple question. Okay, let's go to our transaction. As you can see guys, this question paper is more different with the other question paper that you might have attempt. Okay, on this one we are not given our bank reconciliation statement of the previous month, which means that we have to read the information so that we can be able to calculate everything that is required on the bank account and bank reconciliation statement. Okay, number 1, they said a debit balance per bank account as 31 July 2021 was 6,250, which means that before we adjust any adjustment, we must start with the balance that we had as per bank account. Okay, they clearly state that it's a debit balance, which means that we just have to go and debit to our bank account. Okay, 6,250. Okay, we are just going to see a balance. Okay, let me open the type. We're just going to see a balance on the debit side, a balance, and the amount. Okay, and the amount is 6,250. Remember, the debit side, guys, is for cash, receipts, journal. Please take note of that. Cash payment journal, we credit. Okay, let's proceed to the other transaction. Then number 2, they said a bank charge of 130 appear on the bank statement. Once they state that, guys, it simply means that there is something that went wrong to a bank account, which means that these charges we have not yet recorded. Remember, a bank account is business book. We only record bank charges and interest after it is reflected to bank statement. We wait for bank to charge us so that we can record, because we never know how much the bank is going to charge us at the end of the month. Okay, which means that this bank charge is not yet recorded on the bank account or on our books as a business. Okay, 130. Bank charges is payment, guys. We have to pay, which means that it must come on the credit side. Bank charges, amount is 130. Okay, let's proceed. Simple as that, guys. Something like this is 4 marks just to write a balance and bank charge. Okay, let's proceed to a deposit. Number 3. A deposit has been recorded on the bank statement as 620 instead of 820. Okay, the deposit slip submitted to the bank has been correctly prepared and recorded in the cash book. Okay, now we have to identify which one is incorrect so that we will know whether it was overstated or understated. Okay, they said a deposit has been recorded on the bank statement as 620 instead of 820. They were supposed to record 820, but they record 620. What do? Which means that we have to find a difference so that we can go and edit, because they record amount that is in short, or the amount that have a shortage. Okay, the shortage, guys, is 200. A deposit is recorded as a cash receipt journal, which means that we have to go and add to the debit side. Okay, which means that we are going to say a deposit, then the amount is 200. The amount is 200. Please, guys, make sure that you should also show the calculation this side, that you said 820 minus 620, so that it will give you 200. Okay, this amount was understated, that's why we go and add. But if it was overstated, we were going to do what? To reverse on the credit side. Take note of that, so that in case if everything change, you will be able to attempt. Okay, number 4. The bank statement show a deposit of 600, of which Mimosa General Dealers had no detail. It was determined that this deposit was from a debtor who had deposited the amount directly into bank account of the business. Okay, this 600 has appeared on our bank statement, but Mimosa General Dealer or our company has no detail for this amount. Then later on, it was determined that this deposit was from a debtor, which means that now we have to go and reflect that our debtor has deposited 600. Okay, we're going to say our debtor is a cash receipt, guys, because we received 600 from a person who was owing us. the person is paid 600. Simple as that. Okay, let's proceed to the other one. Then they said the next one, a receipt of payment received from insurance company of 1,800 was recorded on the incorrect side of the cash book. Okay, I want you guys to listen carefully on this transaction. They said a receipt for payment received from insurance. The amount that we have received from insurance when we claim from insurance. They said this amount has been recorded in the cash book on the incorrect side. Okay? In other words, this simply means that a 1,800 was mistakenly recorded on the credit side, because this amount must be recorded on the debit, but they do mistake and record on the credit side. Now what do? Number one, we reverse the mistake and we record the correct balance. Simple as that. Okay, how are we going to do it? Simple, guys. It's either you said reverse of insurance. Remember, it was on the credit. When you reverse, it must go on the debit side. Okay, it's gonna be 1,800. Remember, this is just a reverse. Now we have to record a correct amount, which means that we're gonna say it, insurance received of 1,800. Okay, let me explain again, guys. The first 1,800 is to correct the error that was made. Then the second one is to record the amount now. We can't just reverse the one that was mistakenly recorded and leave it like that. We also have to do what? To record. You rectify mistake and you do the correct things. Simple as that. Okay, I hope you understand, guys. Let's proceed. Okay, now they said a DStv subscription payable by the business for 90 rand was one of the debit on the bank statement. Okay, they said the subscription that we have, guys, for 90 rand is reflected on the bank statement. Obviously, this is payment to us. We pay a DStv a 90 rand. But for 90 rand, guys, I think you just gonna watch SABC 123. As you know that DStv is very expensive. Okay, then let's proceed. Which means that we are going to say DStv, then the amount will be 90 rand. Very cheap subscription, 90 rand. Just like that. We can't receive a amount from DStv. We are the one who have to pay them because we are watching their TV. Maybe this is the company that is running maybe a lodge. You know, at lodge, they install all those DStv, even though people, they don't watch. Okay, let's proceed. An insurance premium direct debit of 300 appear on the bank statement on July. Okay, then they said upon inquiring with the bank, it was determined that the premium should have been recorded on the bank statement of Marigold General Dealer. Okay, let's read it again. An insurance premium direct debit of 300 appear on the bank statement in July. Okay. However, this is the premium, guys. We are the one who are paying now. Insurance. Okay. Then they said, upon the inquiring with the bank, we inquire with the bank because we didn't understand what is happening with 300. Then it was determined that the premium should have been recorded in the bank statement of Marigold General Dealer. Are we Marigold? No. We are Mimosa General Dealer. Which means that it was recorded on the incorrect company. We are not Marigold. We were not supposed to pay 300. 300 must be paid by Marigold dealer. We are Mimosa dealer. Okay? Which means that this amount of 300, we don't have to record it under our bank account because it was not yet recorded there. What we have to do, we have to rectify it on the statement. We have to reverse it on the statement. Okay? Maybe before we even skip this one, when we go to our reconciliation statement, guys, okay, we're gonna start with the balance. Then from there, we're gonna have insurance premium. Okay, this is correction of error. Okay, I think the amount, it was 300. Now we have to write it with what? A bracket. Okay, guys, I want to emphasize this. A premium, that was a payment. That was a payment. Okay, which means that it was deducted from our bank account, which means that it was subtracted, which means subtraction, we have to see it with what? With brackets. Now, because we are reversing back that money to our account, we don't have to show what? A bracket. This is how you prepare bank reconciliation statement with one column. Okay, you show by brackets or no bracket. Okay, that money is getting back to us, which means that it must be positive to show that that money come back. We're not supposed to be charged this amount because we don't do insurance premium. Okay, it's Marigold who do that. Okay, the following one. The following deposit recorded in July 2021. Cash Bank did not appear in the bank statement on July 2021. Okay, they said deposit EFT of 980, and we also have deposit cash, which is 1090. So these two amounts, they are all cash, guys. Just that the other one, it was directly deposited to the bank. You know, when you go to the bank and put money there. Okay, it was cash. Then EFT, we use a phone to transfer. They are the same, guys. All of them, their cash receipts journal. Okay, they said the following deposit recorded in July in the cash book and did not appear in the bank statement. We already recorded it, guys, on our bank account, but on the bank statement, they are not there, which means that we have to show them. Okay, this is the money that we have to receive, which means that they must be positive because they are deposit. They are not check. We didn't pay them. Okay, we call them outstanding deposit. Outstanding deposit. Now the question is it going to be positive or negative? They must be positive, guys, because we received them. Okay, we have the other one, which is cash, and we also have the second one, which is EFT. Okay, let's go and take the balance first. We have 980 and 1090. Okay, we have 980 and 1090. Simple stuff. Simple stuff, guys. Okay, I hope you subscribe, guys, so that you can support this channel, which is growing very fast now. Okay, this is how you should record it. When you think, guys, think about whether company is receiving money or is paying money. If we are receiving money, they must be positive. If we are paying, they must be negative. It's unfavorable. Okay, I'm going to explain the issue of unfavorable and favorable later on. Okay, then the following transaction, they said In July 2021, the bank corrected an error it had made in June 2021 when it had recorded an EFT made by the business as 138 instead of 318. Okay, then they said the EFT was correctly recorded in the cash book in July 2021. Guys, once they told you that the item is correctly recorded on the bank account, or the is correctly on the bank statement, simple by means that on the other one is not correct or is not yet adjusted. In this case, they said in the cash book is correctly recorded. Okay, now let's check EFT that has been made by a business S318 instead of 318, which means that the correct amount is 318, guys. The amount that was supposed to be recorded is 318. So what do we do now? We have to find the difference, of course. 318 minus 138. The difference is 180 if you subtracted 318 to 138. Okay, which means that now we have to go and rectify on our bank reconciliation statement the 180 that we have. Okay, now the question is it going to be positive or negative? Let's go back to transaction and understand. Is it EFT made by customer or EFT made by the business? We are the one who made a EFT. They said EFT made by business. In other words, we were paying. Okay, we paid the lower amount instead of higher amount. We paid 138 instead of 318, which means that the difference now, it must go out. We have to pay another amount so that it can be 318, the difference. Okay, which means that we have to say, okay, let me open and write. Okay, now we have to come and say it. EFT understated. Understated simply means that we recorded a less amount instead of more. Okay, now we have to show brackets that we are paying. Money is going out now. Okay, please make sure that you also show this calculation as is. It will be part of the marks that you are going to in. Okay, 138. Just like that, guys, just like that. Okay, now let's proceed to another transaction. Okay, they said the business in interest on current account of 200, which has not been recorded in the business books. 200 of interest on current account. Interest on current account, guys, this is a receipt to us. Remember, we have interest income and interest expense. So in this account, we in interest because of the balance that we have in our current account, which means that 200 will go to the books of the business interest account. Okay, it will be amount of 200. Simple as that. Okay, now let's proceed and check the last transaction. Okay, the last transaction, they say the debit order of 2,000 in favor of Johannesburg Property Management for rent appear on the bank statement. Okay, 2,000 is appear on the bank statement, guys, but it's not there on the books of the business, which means that what we have to do is to go and record this 2,000 is in favor of Johannesburg Property. This simply means that it's payment to us because it's not in favor of our company. If it was in favor of us, guys, it was going to be receipt. Okay, JSB Property. is not in favor of us. Okay, the amount is 2,000. Okay guys, we don't have any other transaction, but we have to fill everything here so that it can balance, so that we will be done with everything. Okay, now we are done with all the transaction that we have, guys. Remember, we have what we call a bank balance per bank account. Okay, we have to find this balance, and we also have balance as per bank reconciliation statement. Okay, this is the balance that we are going to get after everything. Okay, remember, sometimes you will be given a circumstance where you have to make sure that debit and credit are the same. Okay, I'm gonna explain that further when we proceed. Now let's start by calculating balance as per bank account. How are we going to do it, guys? Very simple. Don't panic. It's a very simple stuff. And this question, if you recorded everything, guys, there is a lot of chocolate mark that you are going to eat. Make sure that you complete this question. What we are going to do, guys, is simple, to add everything on the debit side. Then we subtract everything on the credit side. Then we will left with the balance. We will check which side is higher. Of course, in this case, the debit is higher. Okay, which means that we are going to say 6,250 plus 200 plus 600 plus 1,800 plus 200. Okay, on the debit side, guys, I got the amount of 9,050. Now, the next step, we subtract everything on the credit side. Okay, 130 minus 130 minus 90 and minus 2,000. Apology, guys. For now, I don't have the system which can be able to show the calculator on the screen. However, on the future, you're gonna see that. Okay, when I subtracted everything, guys, I got amount of 6,808, which means that our balance will come on this side. Balance brought down. Okay, a balancing figure that we got when we calculate, guys, it was 6,830. We just subtracted everything on the credit by total of the debit side. Okay, this balance, guys, we have to carry it down on this side. Balance. Okay, which means that it's positive, guys. It's favorable. Why is favorable? Because it's positive balance. Our receipts are higher than what? Than payment, which means that it's favorable. Favorable means that it's in good condition. Okay, now we have to go and record balance as per bank account. Is it going to be positive or negative? It will be positive because it's favorable. Favorable. Okay, the amount is 6,808. Simple as that. Simple stuff. Okay, now let's add everything together so that we can get our balance as per bank reconciliation. Okay, yeah. Okay, which means that it's gonna be 6,830 plus 300 plus 1090. Make sure that you are also calculating on your side, guys, so that you can rectify all these balances that I'm doing. Then we subtract 180 after we add everything. Then we're gonna left with our bank reconciliation of 9,020. Okay, this is favorable, guys. So what I want to emphasize again and again, guys, is that please make sure that you also watch the other videos that I'm going to upload under bank reconciliation statement. I'm gonna do part 1 and until part 5 under bank reconciliation, because we have different kind of question that you are going to face. Some of them we are not going to calculate bank reconciliation statement as a balancing figure, but we are going to make sure that our debit side and credit side are balanced. They must be the same after we have done everything. Okay, so we are going to be given balance as per reconciliation statement, and we will make sure that debit side and credit side, they are the same. I hope you enjoy this lesson, guys. So I will see you on the next video. Please make sure that you also like this video, subscribe, so that you will be supporting this channel, which is going to teach you more and more in accounting. See you next time. Goodbye.